Hi, this is just another video on how to solve polynomial inequalities. In this video, we're going to look at inequalities that are not set equal to 0, or not less than or greater than 0, but other values. So the first problem we're looking at is this problem over here where we have, again, 18 is less than 3x squared plus x. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve this using a method where we have two equations. We're going to write an equation for the left-hand side of the graph, and we're going to write an equation for the right-hand side of the graph. So we're going to go over to our graphing calculator, and we're going to type in for the first equation that left-hand side. So we're just going to type in 18. And in the second y2 value, we're going to type in the right side, which is 3x squared plus x. So what we're doing is we're graphing two different graphs, and we're going to find out where do they intersect. So we're going to hit graph on our graphing calculator, and what you notice from how my calculator is set up is the window is going from -10 to 10 and -10 to 10. So we see the parabola. But remember, our first equation that we typed in was y being 18. So we need this y max to be at least 18, probably higher, so we can see it. So we're going to hit window, and we're going to go down to our y max button, and we need a value that's larger than 18. So I'm going to choose 20, and then I'm going to hit graph. So it just adjusted my y values, and now you can see that horizontal line for 18. So if we're kind of looking over at this graph, we notice that we're counting by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. This is 18, so this would be where that horizontal line would be drawn. And then if you look at my graph, it's a parabola. And we really want to find out where those 2 points intersect. And because, again, we have two graphs, we want to find their intersection. So we're going to go to second trace, and because we have two graphs and we want to find out where they intersect, we're going to go down to number 5, where it says intersect. Push enter. And it's going to ask you two questions. First curve, and that just means, is that the first equation that you have? So you push enter to signify yes. And then it asks you a second question, is this the second curve or equation that you have? And notice it says y2, so you say enter, which is yes. And then you're supposed to take a guess. And your guesses are where do they intersect. So it happens that in this graph they intersect around -2.62. So again, this is -2, -2.5, so -2.62 is somewhere, I don't know, right around here. I need to do the same thing on my calculator to find the other intersection point, the one that's right here, so I'm hitting second trace again. I'm going down to number 5, intersect. It's going to ask me the same two questions. First curve, yes, that's my first equation. Second curve, that's my second equation, so enter is yes. And then it wants you to take a guess, and you need to move your cursor close to that other intersection point, which is right here, and you push enter. And we notice that this one is a positive 2.28. So positive 2.28 is somewhere right around here. And so we have another intersection point right here. So our parabola starts here and goes up, and the other part of our parabola goes that way. And again, we know that this x value is positive 2.29 if I round, and we knew the other one was a negative 2 point, and I believe it was like 68. And again, you could find it again. Those are the two x values for those 2 points. So when they want us to solve it, what they're saying here is they want to know, when is my graph, again, this side is the graph, when is my graph greater than 18? Well, it's greater than 18 in this section of the graph, and it's greater than 18 on the section over here. So how do we write that? Just like we were doing in the previous video, we know that the graph is going to continue to go up and go to the left. So we're saying every time my x values are less than that -2.68, every time they're less than that, the graph will be greater than 18. 18 will be less than that. As I move to the right, the graph is still going up and moving to the right, so that means as x is greater than the 2.29, it will also have positive values or values that are greater than 18. So that's how you did the other section or the other part of your 5.1 homework. If you have any questions, please stop in and ask.